Hey Dusty, how's that dill pickle whirlwhip you had yesterday?
Man, that thing sucked.
Yeah, how about that chick that served me yesterday?
Oh man, she's a cutie. I think I might just go back for another one
Hey,
today.
if you go, I'll join you.
Alright.
Unbelievable.
There's so many high school girls around here, it's great.
Oh, there's a lot of cuties too.
Oh hey, didn't see you there. Derek and I are just out mixing some chemical on this lovely day. First, I'm putting the acetone into the carboy here, using our pump.
Hey, wait a minute, Dusty.
What's that, Derek?
Hey, what have we just forgot?
You're right. We forgot our protective eyewear and gloves. We never want to forget that.
Don't you just love the flies out here today?
Yeah, I love flies.
They're crazy.
Well, now that we're a little better, more ready to start mixing chem, the first step is to put about 8 to 9 gallons of raw acetone into the carboy. And then we'll cut
It's
it
a
out.
rocking good time, man.
We'll cut it out when we get to like 8 or 9 gallons. How much do we have in here? How much we got in there, Derek?
That looks right about 9 gallons, Dusty.
Alright, well that means it's just about time for our second step, which is adding the mothballs. Here are the mothballs.
So what do we use mothballs for, Dusty?
They're to keep our clouds moth-free.
Oh, exactly.
We put about 2 scoops in there. Try and get them as level as we can, make accurate measurements. There's 1 scoop. There's 2. Now we start mixing. Derek, have at her.
We stick our mixing stick in there. Hey, don't use the measuring stick. Darren will frown upon that. Mix it around a little bit. Get those mothballs, whatever it's called in the solution, dissolved. That's the big word, Dusty.
You can hear them jingling around in there. After you don't hear them jiggling around, that means they're all dissolved.
I think they're all done, Dusty.
They usually go pretty quick. It doesn't take too much mixing. Now we can start adding our dry chemicals.
What's the first dry chemical we add, Dusty?
Well, the first thing we do is add the silver iodide and the ammonium iodide. Here's the silver iodide. Drop it in the carboy like that. Don't want to let anything blow away.
Oh, watch out for those nice blue rims too. Make sure you take those off.
See, sometimes they stick on the edge like this, and when you go to pour them in, they'll drop in the carboy. We don't want to have that happen. Take 2 things of silver iodide, dump them in there, and have your assistant start mixing while you get the ammonium iodide ready to dump in. Make sure you're using the right chemical. You don't want to be messing this up. What I like to do is put all the stuff that I've already mixed, set it aside so that if I forget what I've put in already, I can just look at what's on the table here. Now it's time for the ammonium iodide. I usually put about 100 mils in each little container of ammonium iodide. That helps the whole solution dissolve into the acetone. Use your distilled water, measure out about 100 milliliters, and pour it right into the ammonium iodide container. After you pour it in there, put the cap back on and shake it up. This is my favorite part.
Why is it your favorite part?
Well, you see, Derek, it's because the container gets cold as you shake this together.
What causes that?
Well, you see, it's an endothermic reaction, Derek.
No way, let me see that.
Feel for yourself.
Oh, unbelievable.
Is it your favorite part too?
Oh, that's definitely my favorite part. Great googly moogly.
Shake it a little bit, get all the stuff dissolved in there, and dump it into the carboy. We use 2 of each kind of chemical.
Oh, that breeze really feels nice.
Yeah, it does. It's nice. What, about 100 degrees right now?
Oh, at least.
I'm sweating up a storm. How about you?
Oh, check these rings out.
Wow, we got some sort of twister moving in here.
Oh, there goes my hat.
Man, I love this.
Especially on the hot days like today.
Now comes the exciting part. Now we just mix. We want to get all that silver iodide and ammonium iodide completely dissolved into solution.
Oh, it's awesome. I'm gonna go take a little nap right now. I'll be back a little later.
Alright, see you in a couple hours.
Well, it hasn't been quite a couple hours, but
Man, I am pooped.
oh, I'm good to go for a little
Alright.
while.
Have at her. Be sure and stay hydrated on days like today. Don't want to get dehydration. How's it coming there, Derek?
Oh, it's gotta be getting close.
Here, I'll check it. Use your handy mag light. Look towards the very bottom of the carboy, and if you see any yellow, that means you're not done yet. Derek, we got a lot to go yet.
Yeah.
There's one last ingredient we have to put in. Do you know what that is, Derek?
Why, Dusty? It's left my mind right now. You better tell me.
Well, here, read this.
Sodium perchlorate.
Sodium perchlorate. Sometimes it gets locked in a big hard ball in the bottom, so you gotta kind of hit it a little bit.
Here, let me help you out then.
Please do.
You're mixing this with water too?
Yeah, we treat this a lot like the ammonium iodide. It helps everything go into solution a little better. But be careful not to use too much water, because water doesn't really burn too well in our burners. About 100 milliliters should work for the sodium perchlorate too.
Is this the same distilled water you used earlier?
Here, why don't you tell me?
Oh, is it ever?
Yeah.
I'll get this one going. You can start the next.
Hey, that's teamwork. We're all about CRM here on WeatherMod. Now be careful about that blue ring.
Oh, this one stayed with the cap, so it's all good stuff.
Now make sure that all of it goes in there. You don't want to have any chunks left in the bottle there.
It's all in there. Take a peek, see.
Nice job, Derek. You know, you Mets, you can be trained for some things.
Oh, I don't know about that. Old habits die hard. This brings us to our next point. Don't do drugs.
That's a good call, Derek. Drugs are bad. I'm feeling cooler already.
Dusty, you do look cool.
Thanks, man. Stir away, Derek.
What do you say we get this thing mixed up so we can go have a whirlwind?
I'm about ready for a whirlwind. Now, if you've lost track by now, you can just check back at our table and notice that we have 2 bottles of silver iodide, 2 bottles of ammonium iodide, and 2 bottles of sodium perchlorate. That means we've mixed everything, and make sure, and we got the mothballs right away. The only thing left now is to fill the carboy up to 10 gallons with acetone. Sometimes it's hard to tell. You might have to wait a little bit until the the mix all settles down because we've been stirring it so much.
I can't see anything down there.
Hey,
It's
that's a
awesome.
good sign. Now we can finish it up. So adding it all the way to 10 gallons is all we need to do.
Hey Dusty, why don't we check to see how much we have in there, since when you add the chemicals, you do add more stuff to it. We might be closer to 10 gallons than we realized.
That's a good point, Derek.
Here, let you take a look.
Yeah, we're a little over 9 gallons. That's why we don't put the full 10 gallons in right away. Good call, Derek. It doesn't take much, and you gotta be careful not to put over 10 gallons in, because there's no way to bring that acetone back out. We are golden.
Golden.
Yes, we are.
I think we're at 10 gallons too.
That too. Now just a little more mixing, get all the acetone mixed in there, and then we are done.
How long does this last step take?
Last step doesn't take long at all.
I think we're about done now.
I say we're done, Derek.
Let's go have a whirlwind.
Let's get a whirlwind. Nice job, partner.
I see your hands all nice and sweaty, just like mine.
Yeah, it's like playing slip and slide. We are done. Yuck. Look at that. Oh, man.